Hi, my name is Katelynn Schoenrock, and today I will be giving a presentation of molten oxide electrolysis for steel production. So what is molten oxide electrolysis? MOE is a method that was created by Dr. Donald Sadoway's MIT laboratory in the late 1980s. MOE is a method of converting iron ore, which is just a rock or mineral from which iron can be extracted from, to a liquid metal with the added benefit of producing oxygen. As you can see in this picture on the right, the process first starts out with a cell, which is just this box, filled with iron ore, a cathode, an inert anode, and an electrolyte. An electrolyte is just a smooth gel, which you can see in blue in this picture. When the box is then electrified and heated, the electrolyte will allow the electrons, which are just small particles with the charges of negative electricity, to move from the anode to the cathode. The anode is a material in which it will lose the electrons it has and results in oxygen bubbles, as you can see in this picture. An inert anode just means the anode will not dissolve in the electrolyte. The cathode is a material that gains the electrons. To put this process into an analogy to make things easier to understand, think of the anode as the home base and the cathode as the enemy trying to capture the electrons, with the electrolyte just acting as a river where the electrons can move from the anode to the cathode. When this box is then electrified and heated, those electrons work together to break apart the glue that holds the molecules in the iron ore. Together, this results in oxygen and liquid iron. So what are the benefits of MOE? This process uses all grades of iron ore, which means cheaper grades of iron ore can be utilized, unlike traditional methods of steel production that have to use high quality grades of iron ore, which are often very expensive. The MOE process does not produce any carbon dioxide, which is one of the main greenhouse gases that pollute our environment. Greenhouse gases are just gases in the atmosphere that trap heat. As you can see in figure 2 on the right, traditional methods of steel production require coke. This type of coke is not the soda coke that you may be familiar with, but it is a coal-based fuel that is made in a coke oven. The coke fuel is then used in a blast furnace to produce iron, which is then taken to an oxygen furnace to produce steel. A furnace is just an enclosed structure where materials such as iron ore can be heated to a very high temperature. Also, instead of coke, some traditional methods use a sintering plant to convert powdered iron ore into a solid, which is then used as material for a blast furnace to produce iron. With the MOE method, you only need iron ore, electricity, and the MOE cell from the previous slide to produce liquid metal. By removing the coke and coal process, the coke oven, the sintering plant, the blast furnace, and the oxygen furnace, you end up saving millions of dollars and reducing the pollution caused by traditional steel production tremendously. Here are my references. Thank you.